I do want to start now that we're all back, at least audibly, and at our tabletop here. And after learning a winter weather fact. Thank you, Daly, for sharing that. So we had, where we left off was a bit of a dramatic reveal because, well, someone, if any of you are, well, I mean, you as players have been following along, but if any of you out there in Chatland are wondering what's the deal, well, you know what? It might just be discovered. Why talk about it when we could just let's show not tell. So in this, we are now going to have one, two, three. This character inside the building, Bright, runs to the door, looks back at Raphael, gives a and gives a nod, and this character then barges through, keeping the door open, and let's see, and there we go. Jade now manifest as a token. We are back up to the northern part of the trail. Hey, there's a Norlai. What are you doing here? There's thunder and lightning. Unfortunately, you know, due to all the circumstances, you weren't really able to hear what Bright was saying. But you're there. What would you like to do?
At this point, let me make a quick check. What do you figure would be the DC for Jade to be even aware that something's wrong?
I don't, unless it's something supernatural, or like if you have a special ability or something. I don't think that you would, because there's really no visual from where you're at. There's not really a visual or audible signal that a lay gasp has occurred.
I'm about 100 feet away, and I'm waving my arms. So, I mean,
You're also obscured by heavy shadows, occasional flashes of light, downpour that means you can only see 25 feet in front of you, and the music.
The music's flowing through Jade.
So, yeah, I guess unless something becomes very obviously wrong, I will consider my turn held until such prompt is given.
Okay. So in this moment, I mean, because you all went to investigate, you know, if something that were to happen, that's fine. If you wanted to have Jade just be on hold until a signal was given, we had Celine kind of be the middle woman here, and so actually it's Celine's up next, as we have our red boy who just burst out of the cabin. Then we go Jade and Celine, and then I get to take another turn after that. Celine is going to... let's see. So she saw what was going on at the cabin. Okay, so for DJ, Norlai, and... Jade... she is going to zap over a... Let's go to her character sheet. She is going to send a sacred flame, like purposely down into the ground, over here, to give like a quick little illumination, and she's giving like a signal of like something's happening.
All right then. If that is the case, then I will take my turn and start rushing towards cover. I guess would be the case. Let's see here. Stop the center. Yeah.
All right. So you would have been able to save an action, so you can take the dash action and.
And so we can end up moving a total of 30 feet.
Yeah, and for the tree trunk, because it's round, those can be soft corners. I don't know if you all play with hard corners and soft corners, or if you just treat everything the same.
I typically treat everything as a hard corner.
I don't think soft corners are rule in 5e.
I don't think so
They
either.
are. It's a good rule though, but it's an added complication if you don't inherently know it.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Jade, you might have to pull back 5 feet because entering the scrub here, it would cost 2 for 1.
All right, you have that as difficult terrain.
Yeah,
On the plus side, it's also cover.
it is. So you can hide it and you can pop out like a Pokemon in the tall grass here. All right, now it is my turn. Mwahaha. Once more, it's just totally not fair that the DM gets several turns here. 1, 2, 3. Bright, one's going to come up to the window and is going to...
I ducked away from the window, so...
right. He's moving to the window and just like very violently like pushes the window open, and you just and you see kind of like a withered arm just sort of like groping around where you were not that long ago.
Oh, okay. Guys, they're zombies. Zombies. Zombies.
Noralai, you got the signal. You got a signal flare, almost literally from Celine. What are you doing here?
I'm probably gonna follow Jade, but I would try to bring the card and DJ with me. DJ, Grayson.
Okay. Okay, so you can lead the donkey. The donkey is not really phased by what's happening here.
I can't move his piece. You'd have to.
Such a good donkey.
Grayson's the best donkey.
Mordecai chose him well. There we go. All right. Is that good placement? Is
Yeah,
that where
that's
you...
fine.
Okay. Now we come over to Bright and then Mordecai.
It's my turn.
Yes.
Okay. So, I think the thing to do... So, I'm gonna move... Okay, out of character, did we see the door on our approach to this cabin?
No, you did not. The door... You're approaching from the north and the door's on the south.
I see any of these creatures from where I am now?
Whoop.
Or if I
No.
took a step over here, would I be able to see them?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay. Cast mirror image. And then I'm gonna step up to here. And I'm also going to frantically wave at people, motion them to hurry up.
Okay.
That's all I'm done.
Alrighty. Mordecai.
Okay, so.
There
are we
is a
assuming that we're out of the
person
flower
in the
field
window?
now?
No, you're not. You're still in it.
Roll me a wild search then.
Oh, shoot. Wait, for more than the mage armor? Oh, I gotta roll one for Celine also.
For mirror image.
Oh, that's right, mirror image also. Alright, so hang on. Let me roll a Celine. So I'm gonna roll 2d100, and first one will be Celine, second one will be Bright. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, so Celine passed. The second one was an 83. And so go ahead and give me a percentile roll, and let's see what happens with mirror image. You might get something fun and cool, at least hopefully. I've been trying to... 19. On a 19, you cast grease centered on yourself. So mirror image, and unfortunately, all the images apparently grease themselves in fright, and the grass is slick around you, and the magical sort of static in the air disperses as whatever this wild collection is appeased. So, because a dex saving throw or fall, but that's when the grease appears. Okay, so you'll have to make a dex saving throw, I guess, against your own spell, is because it doesn't say otherwise in the.
Yeah, it would be.
Yeah. Okay. Hey, there you go.
Anything from me, Fluffy?
So there we go. Yeah, she's just sort of like, whoa, whoa, whoa. All the mirror images, it's gnomes on ice or gnomes on grease here, as they're all just sort of skating around in this patch. Oh, gosh. All right. Well, sorry. So now we're over to Mordecai. Mordecai, there's a dude in the window who just sort of like punched it open and is kind of like looking around, kind of doing like hand motions.
What does he look like? Fluffy,
He
just say
looks,
what?
so we have a tiefling in common clothes. Might be what you'd expect people around these around these parts to wear.
But I also heard Bright shout zombies.
They
Bright
put
shouted
to me.
zombies, yeah.
I also put grease on the map.
I'm
Oh,
gonna
thank
go
you.
ahead-
Very beautiful pink grease.
I am gonna go ahead and cast Moonbeam.
Pew. All right, and where are you dropping your cylinder o' light?
Let me find the drawing tool. How do I change the shape?
And your moonbeam is safe.
For now, I'm just gonna cast it right there.
Okay. You're blocking off the window?
Yeah.
Okay. Alrighty.
And am I gonna move? I'm gonna move. Oh nope, that's the wrong thing. And let me put my token back. And I'm gonna move up against this wall.
Okay. Then, after Mordecai, we have Raphael's turn. There, and... I am setting Raphael's token. I'm putting Raphael's token in this tree, but Raphael is not in the tree. Raphael is someplace, who knows? Who knows? And then it's DJ's turn as an NPC. DJ's just kind of like looking around. Noralai, you drew your card over. You're taking cover behind a tree, and so DJ will also will do, I guess, something similar, and we'll also try and take cover behind a tree. There we go. We come back up, and it is Red Boy's turn here. And... actually... Red Boy is going to stand just at the edge of your grease bright and is going to look at you. This is a this is also a tiefling, but dressed in not common clothes, but more like traveling robes, pilgrim robes, something clerically, wizardly, just more along those lines, and is standing there and simply regarding you with its very clearly undead features. Jade, what are you doing?
They're abominations. They are the thing that should not be. So Jade has only one recourse. With a single snap of her fingers, a large portion of black starts to fill, and it almost like it twists out of the earth. Not moving the earth, but almost like their own shadows, and the long bits are here, all of a sudden here, consuming the air, drawing up. And I think this is where we end up putting wonderful little spell. Let's snap it. Nope, that's not where I want it.
Your spell goes off without a hitch. Uh-oh. Am I gonna have to make some saves?
No, there's no save to that.
Oh, alright then. I didn't want to make a save anyway.
There's a save for the secondary effect, but it's on your own turn, not on hers.
Okay. Noted.
So, Void's area. Any creature that starts its turn in the area takes 2d6 cold damage. Any creature that ends its turn there must pass a dexterity save or take 2d6 acid damage. And it remains there so long as I maintain concentration.
Alrighty.
The heck a good spell.
Please make sure to let me know if I'm incurring damage.
That's also 30-foot radius. It's bigger than that.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Oh.
It should be if we're doing cubes, it should be 40.
40-foot cube. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm weird. Soft corners on a round tree, but let's cast fire cubes. Next up, then, while you're adjusting that, is going to be Celine. But as per Lethality's sort of AI to me, Celine Bot is sort of on standby, making notes and observations. But I will have her... she's not above being a creep, and so let's have her creep a little bit and hide... 1, 2, 3. She's gonna hide in the bushes and leer out and to watch what's happening. Because she is cray-cray enough to stare at a demon and make a sketch of its anatomy, or however that part of the background goes. Alrighty, let's see. Alright, now I'm starting their turns here. And so by starting a turn in the darkness, it is a save, you said?
No, that's just they take 2d6 damage.
Oh, all right. Then give me the damage. Gimme 4. Okay.
For all three of them, right?
Yes.
There's 4 of them in there, actually.
I wasn't sure if Red ends
Oh.
or starting their turn at the same time as the bulk zombies.
Does your spell have you roll separately, or is it just it's one damage roll for the area? Kind of like
So
a fireball.
I think the Hunger of Hadar should be 2 squares bigger.
Mm-hmm. It's huge.
Why did I think? No. Oh, right, 20-foot radius.
Yeah, so 40 feet across. Okay, so with the with that, unless the spell says otherwise, I think it would just be the 1 damage roll for everyone afflicted.
Usually that's the
That's right.
case.
Yeah.
Okay, so then I've applied 4 damage to the 3 that are standing in there. And they are They count as being in difficult terrain, don't they?
Yes, it does.
Yeah. Oh boy. All right then. Well, I am going to.
And they're considered blinded.
I will wait for you to redraw that zone for those 3. However, I have one that's not inside of it. Mordecai, you hear a window break. Let's see. If your back is to the wall, a window breaks around the corner to your left. And who knows? The token is not in the pond, but I've just moved the token, perhaps into some sort of hiding place in the brush. That's a very thinly veiled way for me to say the token is hiding in the brush somewhere. Okay, now that I have my square, my squared circle here.
Is the grass tall enough for them to be completely obscured? Or is it because I'm
not
against the wall?
not completely. Like you wouldn't be able to see where you're at. You wouldn't be able to see this creature.
That's fair.
Definitely not now, anyway.
Oh wow, these guys are just 1, 2. Right, that one can at least get out there. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I guess they're gonna have to.
Take 2d6 acid damage.
1, 2, 3, 4.
How much
5,
speed do
6.
they have?
They're it's not called double moving anymore, and that one's gonna also disappear somewhere. All right, so we have 2 ghouls in the bushes. Going blah. I'm all scary. Norlai, what are we doing?
That's a good question.
You have all kinds of special effects going off. There's a moonbeam projecting down from the stormy clouds. Bright is just sort of skating all around on some grease with 3 of her best friends. And Jade and Celine have kind of actively disappeared. Kind of, sort of.
Oh, is Jade not near me anymore?
Well, I don't know, Jade, if you made a stealth roll, but Jade is at least partially covered by tall, wet grass.
Jade, you want a buff?
My dear, I think we have other things to end up worrying about. I need you to understand. We dead, walking, not exactly normal, and very, very close to Bright. And I really want to find someplace to try to do her pigtails.
It's true. Plus, Gnomes on Ice has so many costume changes that I'm really going to need help getting in and out fast enough.
Well, I can't do much from here, so Jade.
Hole. Nice.
Your haste goes off with no complications.
Well then.
So now, Jade, you're harder to hit, and you're faster, and you can do extra things. It's really cool.
Welcome to Celerity, Jade.
I love the haste spell.
All right, Norlai goes. And actually, Norlai, because you cast a spell, you roll a d20 along with that, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, you might get a 2 for 1. Let's see what happens.
So close.
Woo-wee! That's a 2, not a
So
1.
very close.
All right, then. Now we come down to Bright. Bright, you're starting your turn in some grease, along with everyone else. That's you.
So, I don't have to do anything for starting my turn here. It's when I end. So there's-
okay.
You know, I had to make a save when I first cast it,
Yep.
even though I didn't mean to cast it. So there's tentacles coming, and they're just right in front of my face.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm used to Jade, but I still am not a big fan of tentacles right in my face. No offense, Miss Jade. So I want to look behind me, and do I have room to walk between where I am and Mordecai's moonbeam?
Yeah, you're fine.
Okay, so I can walk like.
Yep.
Okay. That's interesting. And I can't see anything through area, right?
Correct. It is because it's not even darkness; it's blackness.
Okay. That's interesting. Really, really interesting. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead. Just fly on myself. And I'm gonna go 20 feet straight up
Okay.
over the top of the Hunger of Jade, and then I'm gonna go ahead and go 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm gonna go to here. Anything.
Okay. So yes, you would see that there's 2 boys over here that are skirting around the underbrush.
Okay. Where?
Where you see them here. If you look to the
okay.
south. Yeah.
So I see those. Okay.
Yep.
Do I see Raphael?
Nope, not unless you want to. Well, I think you've already used your standard action. Unless you want to try and perceive him, you can't see him readily.
I'm gonna go ahead and go another 5 feet up,
Okay.
and then I'm gonna go. That'll use the last of my movement.
Okay, and let's see what happens on that fly, as especially as Jade's tentacles try and tickle your feet. 1d100. Your fly
Think
is
of it as
safe.
Think of it as a very aggressive ball pit.
Okay, that sounds way more fun. I might like to go in that. We'll have to play with this later. It's not so urgent.
The ball pit of Hadar. Mordecai, what are you doing?
Alright, so I'm gonna move up this way. Do I see someone who may have ejected themselves from a window?
You may spend your action to perceive to try and find that person, but there's no one that's obvious.
Like, not directly obvious within my line of sight?
Correct.
Oh, boy. Let me check something real quick then. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna try and perceive him with my action, and then as a bonus action, I am going to. Oh god, is she too far away from me now? How do I check the distance thing? I'm not sure how to do that.
The fourth icon is like a ruler.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, you're too far away. Okay. Okay. Well, then I'm gonna move back here
Mm-hmm.
and throw an inspiration at Brighton.
Pew. Okay.
Might be hard to see. I don't know if the
That's-
bloober is in the way.
Ooh. Yeah. You're only 5 feet above.
10 feet above it.
10. You're far enough back, and she's 10 feet up. I'm not going to worry about calculating angles with what we have going on here. So Mordecai, I'll say that you can see her floating above the Hadar's ball pit there.
And you are inspired.
Well, it's my dance routine, Gnomes on Ice. It's inspiration.
Play a little song that you can do that to on my pan flute, and then I'm going to actively perceive to see if I can find this bugger.
Okay, go ahead and make a... No, nice.
18.
And... You do not see this bugger.
Okay. Well, that's my action and bonus action. I'm gonna stay put.
Okay. Then it's going to go down to...
Because it's an action to move my moonbeam.
Yeah. We're going to pass through there. Raphael takes his turn. And now we come over to DJ's turn. Noralai, DJ looks over. What is going on? Is there a problem? Are we under attack?
I don't know really. I can't see very far from here.
I would be prepared. Are you good at moving around?
Yeah, I'm really good at that. Like, if anything happens, I am out. I am running away.
All right.
But don't tell them that.
That is smart
Right,
to live another
or-
day.
Jade, you didn't hear that.
Didn't hear what?
Exactly.
All right. Now we come back over to Red Boy, who is starting his turn inside the ball pit. So I'm going to need some acid damage from that, please.
Derek.
Oh, yeah, I need acid damage from Jade.
Well, don't forget your saves.
You get 2d6 2d6 cold damage at the start of your turn,
Yeah.
and then 2d6 acid at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
With a save.
So 5 damage for this.
Okay.
So at the start, and you tell me if ever anyone's inside.
Not going to be at the end here. However, I'm gonna have to make another save anyway, as this character going to where the last known location of Bright was is still inside. Well, I don't know. Might end up still inside your Hunger of Hadar here, as it moves forward and enters the darkened grease, necessitating a dexterity save. 1d.
Is that a disadvantage since you didn't know it was coming?
I think it should be a disadvantage too. Because he can't see the grease.
And that would be a 1, and so this character will fall prone on the grease in the Hunger of Hadar, and there, it moved, so taking up, so it only stepped up 5 feet, but it takes half your movement to stand up, and there might be just enough left to move out here with a move action. Although, if I move again on the grease patch, do I have to roll again?
Just when you enter it,
Just when, okay. So
if you're still in it.
So it's going to it's going to like slide, slurp down into the grease, and we have like an oil and water mix going on in the grass going on, and it just sort of like crawls out and stands up with like just schmutz all over it, and it looks and it just begins looking all around, and it gives out a and that's its turn.
It has to roll again because it ended its turn in the grease.
Oh, derp. All right, then.
I said when it starts, but it's actually when it ends.
And it falls, and it's prone once more in the grease. All right, so now we're down to Jade. Jade, what are you doing?
Well, let's see. I believe Jade can. We'll start with the move. That'll end up using her extra movement.
Yep. You're very spindly and quick.
Yeah. And I believe, let's double check spells here.
Jade's kind of like a Sableye right now.
So I'm gonna. Let's see. Let's do it.
Oh, another one.
Oh, your concentration though?
Oh yeah, but they already moved out. So
She's gonna drop that one and cast again.
Okay.
You're safe. All right.
still moving, trying to move this proper. Come on, buddy. There you go. There.
Okay.
And I believe I still got a bonus. Or, no, I get a second attack action.
I'm gonna hasted
And
action
since
with
that-
a weapon attack.
Hmm?
You can dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action with the haste spell.
Or attack with the weapon, but not with a spell.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
can use Eldritch at this point.
Would know.
Okay, if that is the case, let's see, is there any weapon action I want to take? And not particularly. And I am now out of spells.
Okay. Celine is going to... Celine's going to want to get closer. So... kind of hugging the lake here. We're going to go... Boop. And she is... If something pops out, she will probably scream in delight. That was Celine. We now go over... I don't know. All right, I'm starting my turn inside the ball pit of Hadar again with my two southerly chaps here. So I will need their damage. Ooh, 10.
Nice.
And then it's half movement to get out. So I guess they're just gonna have to try and get out.
The question is, do they know which way is out?
We'll see. What we'll do is we'll roll 2d8, one for the northernmost and the second one's for the southernmost. And let's see, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this character is going to go 1, 2, 3. Is still not out of it and is going to have to take a dash action to continue going out, moving that direction. So that's going to take 10 feet. Emerges, so that's 15 feet. Blessed freedom, but not a lot of choices. And it'll just sort of run forward. The other character is going to run... Let's see, so that was 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 1, 2... Ooh, so that's like double. So the movement's going to stop in here, and even more of it's going to get consumed as it's going through like tarry underbrush, and a little bit more it's going to continue moving, and it's going to make it out, and then really only have enough left to kind of be next to its buddy. But that's all they can do because they've used everything to get out. And they also kind of ran, and I had them run in a random direction going clockwise from the D8 rolls. That said, I still have 2 other ones, and there's definitely one that is going to... Mordecai, one of this tiefling dressed in common clothes, kind of like pounces up out of the underbrush in front of you, and is kind of garbling in just unintelligible, like it's infernal-ish. I mean, it's sort of like how zombies say "brains" in English, but you're just getting kind of garbled infernal from this person, thing. I don't know how you consider it. A gruesome reflection of yourself. And... does a 15 hit you?
Yes, cutting words.
Ooh. Okay. So I'm subtracting how much?
D8. It's a 7.
Ooh. Alright, so I presume an 8 doesn't hit you.
No.
Yeah, you nimble bard, you. Okay, so it goes up and it roars, and you kind of like in return go, ah! And it's distracted and it doesn't hit you.
Nice try.
So you have one that's close to you here, and there's actually there's a second one popping up out of the brush as well. But let's see what it does. And okay, well that's you're not gonna have to worry. So the other one tried to like go and bite you with a big wide open mouth, and the other one tries to grab you with its claws, and it fails. Just it slips a little bit in the wet underbrush here.
Fair enough.
And it is now Norali's turn.
Oh, yay.
Norali, you and DJ are kind of hiding behind the tree. There's stuff going on. What are you doing?
I'll take the dodge action and stay here.
Okay. Noted.
You
Bright,
have a
what-
crossbow,
oh.
you know that, right?
Oh shit, I do, don't I?
Yes.
Oops. Actually, you and Mordecai had a specific conversation about that crossbow,
We
too.
did. We had a conversation about this.
To be fair, I can't see you from where I'm from. Or where I'm at.
So if that is Norali's turn, we're down to Bright.
Okay. So do I have... Okay, I have to ask, what can I see? Do I see these zombies over here?
From where you're at,
I'm 30 feet up.
I'll say you can't see the one that's right by the house, because the house would be, it's too, the angle wouldn't allow for it. The one that is, the outer one, the one that's standing in the flowers in the real picture, I'll say you can.
Okay. And do I see the corpse of Raphael?
You do not.
Okay.
Not unless you want to actively search for it.
That's probably not a good use of my action.
Okay.
Okay. And this guy
Is prone on the ground.
put on the ground. Okay. I have so many things I can see. Sorry. I usually play much faster than this, but also can have better control of things. Okay. I guess the thing to do, head and cast a fireball. And I am gonna put it there.
Okay. And you get a bonus with your fireball. Go ahead and roll me a percentile. Well, I roll a 73. I wonder, wouldn't that be something if that was a fireball cast on yourself? No.
2 for the price of 1.
A random creature within 60 feet of you becomes poisoned for 1d4 hours.
So that includes Mordecai and the close zombie, the grease zombie, Celine, these 2 zombies, and probably Raphael.
All right.
Meaning it has a 50-50 chance of actually doing something.
So I will, let's see, so we have the 2 Northerners, so that'll be 1 and 2. Mordecai will be 3, and Celine will be 5, I guess, is how we'll do this. 3 or 5, and someone on your team is poisoned. 2. Okay. So I guess it wouldn't really be an effect known to you, except you know that something occurred that that had this static kind of like dissipate and reset the wild magic charges. Your fireball goes off without a hitch, and I need to roll 2 dexterity saving throws.
Well, that takes care of Mordecai.
And and I need a 15, and it looks like 1 will fail and 1 will save, and so it's going to be 24 and 12 then. It
Plus
would
he has a
seem.
minus to Dex for being a zombie. Always hope.
You can always hope, but unfortunately, this one seems to be a little live.
Okay.
Like me.
Oh, well then. Both of the smoke and fire dissipate, and both of these things are on the ground, and they've stopped moving.
Okay.
And by things I mean tieflings wearing commoner clothing.
Okay. And so, let's see. So I haven't moved yet, but I would like to say first that Gnomes on Ice got way better reviews than Zombies on Ice.
Or
And
zombies
then-
on fire.
Although I kind of like Zombies on Fire myself. And then I'm going to go ahead and fly over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to fly over here and see if I see, anything interesting.
Nothing pops out at you.
Okay. Well, when you're fighting zombies, that could have several meanings.
Yes.
In that case, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to land on the roof.
Okay. That will bring us over then. Bright sets lightly down on the roof, and Mordecai, it is your go.
Alright, so I am going. Oh, nope, that's the thing. Okay. I am going to move my moonbeam over these guys. And then I am going to. What am I doing? I am going to attempt to back away.
Okay. But you're not disengaging, or are you disengaging?
I can't disengage. It's a bonus action. so
Okay.
My moonbeam move is an action.
Oh, gotcha. All right. So first one's gonna take a swipe at you and try and grab you as you're backing away, and is just gonna kind of spin around and like slip. There's probably like a rake that was left in the brush here, and it steps on the rake and it goes and it hits its face.
Nice.
Second one is going to try and grab you, and it tries to do so as well. And instead of the classic rake, It just kind of steps on a shovel that just sort of like goes at a 45-degree angle, but doesn't bonk itself in the face. With a 2. At least a 2 on the roll, not a 1. But you seem to have lucked out and have chosen the side of the house that some very lazy people left their gardening tools at that these things are stepping on. And you escape without a scratch.
And when they start their turn, they take damage.
Alrighty. Raphael goes, and it is DJ's turn. DJ looks to you, Noralai. Are we running away yet? What are we... Yeah, there's things. There was fire in the sky just a moment ago.
Well, they're not close to us yet, so I think hiding's the best option.
Oh, alright. We'll hide.
You gotta know when to hide and when to run. Because if you run, but they see you, it's not gonna work. But if you hide, then they can't see you, and then you can run away at different times.
If you need to hide, you can hide behind me.
Yeah, you're really tall. I could do that.
I have a prone red boy, in some forenome grease, who is going to, stand up, and is going to try moving out of the grease. And the grease was at the end of the turn, you said, correct? So it's going to take 15, 20, 25, 30. And then... So, that will be there. It looks over. In fact, Mordecai... Well, I mean, Celine is there. Celine's kind of crouching in the mud. But, whatever. She's weird. But Mordecai, as this thing emerges from the gnomish grease, it looks over. It looks over to the 2 tieflings that are going to be shortly sizzling in your moonbeam, and it looks over towards you, and its facial features, like it scowls and bares its teeth at you as this robed figure. Charges you. Now it doesn't attack, but it moves up on you. All up ons, as the modern youth is wont to say. We now come to Jade. Jade the Wretched. Jade the Hasted.
Yeah, and Jade really doesn't like this idea that something just rushed up on Mordecai and Celine, so she's about to do something about it. $21 hits, I'm assuming?
21 does indeed.
Okay, so that's her action.
And your spell goes off safely.
Nice. Alright, now movement.
Oof. Look at that Jade go.
Yeah, Jade ends up hurling out bolts almost with the wild abandon as these, we know it is gears and flesh intermingled, flying across and slamming into the side of this cloaked undead figure as it starts to chew through, trying to get through the ear canal.
Running and gunning like a mad woman here. So Jade, you do so. Was there anything else from you? Otherwise, it'll go over to Celine.
And it goes to Celine.
Okay. Celine. Mordecai hasn't been injured. And so Celine is kind of crouched in the mud. This thing ran up on Mordecai. Okay. That was Celine's turn. And now I have two Moonbeam boys here who need some damage.
Yes, you do. My moonbeam thingamajigger is not working very well, so 10. That's 8 radiant damage.
Okay. They each snarl and garble things in Infernal.
Oh, but they have to make their con save.
Oh, it's not just auto damage?
Make save for half, yeah.
Oh, say, all right. Well, yeah, then we'll see. How constitutional are they? 2D. First will be the top. Second will be the bottom.
If it makes a difference, shapeshifters have disadvantage.
Those rolls. Never mind. So the full damage is assigned to them,
Yep.
as is indicated, and they.
I don't know why my moonbeam card thing's not.
One of them runs up, and it runs like into Celine, like as if it didn't see her crouching there, and it's, I don't know, kind of weird. This other one is gonna come up, and they are going to each try and swing on you. So same as before. Top is first roll, bottom is second. Whoop, did that not go through? Oh. No, that was a 3 and the 9 for the saves. There we go. Now, look, hashtag real talk, everyone. I did plan on this providing a modicum of challenge for you all. But you know what? Roleplay opportunity, my friends. All right, so they come up. Mordecai, the one to the north of you here, it tries to claw you. The second one, I guess I technically should roll for squeezing. I don't know. I could roll a 1. All right, so I'm gonna stick with the 4. So it comes, it kind of like, it bumbles over Celine, who's crouched in the mud. It seemingly ignores her and is gnashing and clawing at you, but of course to no real effect other than just kind of kicking up a little bit of mud and garbling stuff in Infernal. Noralai, what are you doing?
Oh, I have a crossbow.
Where did this come from? How do I use this thing?
You even have magic bolts.
Okay, so
I'm
what?
going for the one in slightly above Mordecai.
Okay, all right. So Mordecai's not providing cover, aka you might not thunk him in the back unless you rolled too low. But with a 23, you're definitely gonna hit. Go, and you give me damage on that.
Oh, I thought that would do. 1 second.
You click the light crossbow underneath that. There you go.
Okay. It's not good. 9 damage.
Okay. So Mordecai, a crossbow bolt, just springs out of this thing's sternum. It kind of like looks down at the crossbow bolt and looks over at you, and well, unlife continues as it does. We're now. Anything else from you, Noralai? Otherwise, we're gonna go to Bright.
No, I'm good.
All right. DJ congratulates you and tells you good shot. Now we're on Bright.
Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead. How high up do I have to go to clear the gable of the roof?
Probably another 10 feet.
Okay. I'll do that, and I'll come over And then I'm going to look over there and I'm going to see all of these zombies. And then I'm going to cast another fire cube.
Okay.
For some reason, I can't move my last fire cube. So I'll just draw another one. And it is going to go...
You safely cast your fire cube in the midst of a wild magic zone.
about like so. I can't see the top ones. And also Celine is going to roll a 13 on her save plus her dex.
Oh, all right then. And for Celine, then, this is a dexterity saving throw, so it'll be 13 plus 2 is a 15.
She made her save.
Woo, so
what a surprise.
She's only going to take half damage. So I'm so Lethality, if you're still watching, I guess you and Bright have to come to terms with that, but whatever. I don't know if it's like, what did you do that for? You have a fun little side conversation, but I'm gonna roll 3d20, and it's gonna go first, second, third is top, middle, bottom.
Yeah.
And
so...
whew, that top one is
he is having a bad day.
Ooh, all of them are having a bad day.
A low
Jeez.
yield tactical nuke.
Yep. Yeah. So 38 damage to all three of my bad guys here. Okay. And then that's going to be 19 damage to Celine. So Celine, let's go to your character sheet. And you have 20 hit points left. Congratulations, Celine. However, this does deadify all three of these characters, but they are more like char actors. So, okay, Blarg. Anything else from you, Bright? Otherwise, it's Mordecai.
Yeah, I'm gonna. So, what's in this tree over here?
Which
is that the tree where, like, how did that happen?
Oh, I just moved Raphael's token just somewhere away. He disappeared somewhere. I just put him in the tree to get him out of the way.
Okay, well, I'm gonna fly over into the tree and see if see if Raphael is there.
Okay.
I'm in action, so I'm just kind of flying into the tree, and maybe he'll jump out at me.
Okay. You fly around the branches, and you're like, oh, I sure hope that someone I know that's undead doesn't grab me. And your wish is granted because no one grabs you.
Okay.
All right. Mordecai, what you doing?
So far as I know, because I didn't see Raphael in the window, did I? Probably not.
No.
Because he was out of line of sight from me.
And I haven't really had time to tell you about him.
You have two commoner tieflings and a tiefling in... Now, when I say robes, I don't mean like there's not fancy jewels or anything. It's just like, a hooded robe with like a rope belt or something to it.
I guess I'm gonna... I'm gonna go ahead and drop my moonbeam and just start investigating their bodies.
Okay.
Do they have anything useful?
We'll see what survived. I'll tell you what. You can make a medicine at advantage for #reasons.
Okay. Here we go. Actually, never mind. Nope, that's the wrong one.
Oh, that's perception. That'd be cool if that was a medicine.
Nope, that's my medicine.
Okay. So a 14 medicine. In this moment, out in the rain, it's difficult. You are very confident that these things are not coming back to life or unlife, as they do appear charred and rather unmoving. So you're confident that they're not a threat, but it's difficult in the rain outside here, and with everything going on, you can't really make another medical assessment.
Okay. Alright, so I dropped my moonbeam. are we good? Just call out to everybody.
Okay, Mordecai is asking for a roll call or like a check-in.
Almost finished down here.
I'm good, yells
I
DJ.
help this time.
I'm in this tree
Thank
looking
you,
for
Nora.
Raphael.
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 I saw Raphael.
What?
I'll explain later, but Raphael is here.
Oh,
It's weird. I know, I don't get it either.
yeah.
Who's Raphael?
I'll explain later. He's just important. We have to find him.
Oh, okay. Another random important guy. Okay.
That's not your brother. But is a tiefling.
She hasn't been told yet.
Okay. So any of the obvious threats are taken care of, and they're you all can scout around. No one's in death saving throws. I think we can drop initiative here, as no one is jumping out to attack you or shoot you or otherwise try and drain your life essence or whatever undead do. It seems to be all the rage nowadays. But we're in cleanup of this happenstance. What would you all like to do?
I want to start investigating this way.
Okay.
Oh, I'm going to fly down out of the tree. I'm not going to drop my concentration because I still have a couple of turns of flying left and it's fun.
Yep.
So I'm going to fly. I'm going to fly up and I'm going to do a couple of pirouettes. And then I'm going to come on down and I'm
Sure.
going to search these brambles and look for Raphael or signs of Raphael.
Bright, do me a favor, and I want you to roll a D100 for me. And if you get a 100, something might happen.
What a 100. Opposite of 100.
Okay, so that's a 4. Don't worry about it. You fly in the air, all fancy free, and your spell will eventually end.
But I want to look in these bushes for Raphael.
Yeah, no, that's fine. There is no sign of Raphael in the bushes.
Jade, after being, I'm pretty sure they're going to explain that Raphael was in the cabin. So, using her Eldritch Sight, she will start walking towards the cabin and trying to see, okay, what the heck were they doing in here? Maybe she just wants to get out of the rain.
Celine would like some help also in dragging these bodies into the cabin.
Are we dragging bodies into the cabin? I don't want to drag bodies into the cabin.
How else am I supposed to examine them?
It's fair.
Very well.
In
I'll
the
help you
rain?
drag
Only a rank
bodies into the
amateur would
cabin.
do that.
I'm still actively searching.
No, I understand. You're looking oot and a boot. So if you're looking for signs of anyone else, and it's more of like a tracking, give me a survival.
I'm gonna spend my inspiration and give myself advantage.
Okay.
That's 12.
Alrighty. Oh, and Jade is helping survive as well. So
Natural 1 on survival. Jade dies.
Help it.
Yeah. Jade, you think you find something, and you're like, oh, I think there's something in the bush. You lunge forward, and it's another rake. And it dings you in the nose as you step on it, and it just kind of... You found something, all right. Mordecai, you're not seeing any obvious signs. Maybe it's the rain or something else, but in your scouting around in the immediate vicinity, there doesn't seem to be any signs of anyone else.
No magic in detection that we're not openly casting.
Correct.
Okay. What were they doing in here? Jade will start looking around. Again, she's very, very lucid compared. Just starts looking about. Maybe there's bookshelves. Maybe there's something. But they were here for a reason. What does this have to do with Raphael? She's not sure.
All right. You can give me an investigation, and I am going to roll a medicine with Celine. And let's see what we get. I will roll a medicine at advantage, even. Because I'm crazy like that. And Jade with a 3 investigation to match the 3 survival. You're pondering, and it's not that no ideas come to your mind, because Jade's mind doesn't really stop. It's just that perhaps there's too many ideas, too many things to check, too many clues, or things that could be clues. But do all the quasi-clues add up to a series of clues, and so on and so forth? I mean, I won't tell you what to think, but I'm giving you options here. As nothing apparent pops out at you, well, unfortunately to attack, but as far as your investigation here. Celine, For Celine's part, I would feel more comfortable letting Lethality know what he found through Celine and letting him react appropriately through her. So what I would like to do, I mean, if any of you still want to stay out in the rain and continue tracking, you may. But at this point in time, I think this would be a good time to call on a bit of a cliffhanger. What Celine found with her medicine, and I forgot another thing.
Oh, but before we stop, I want to go in just a little bit, just to see like what's in here, and especially I want to look in the fireplace and see if I can find the remains of Peggy Sue.
Okay. For Peggy Sue, I guess when a familiar pops, it kind of just pops into sparkles or something, doesn't it? Does it really? I don't think it leaves a body.
I mean, when she died before, there was a body.
Oh yeah, because we're doing something. Yeah. So I'll tell you what you find. You find Peggy Sue's horn. Her little horn.
Aww.
I found the horn. Okay, I pick up the horn. I want to look in the fireplace too and see if there's...
To see if there's...
Well, just anything at all in the fireplace.
Sure. You can roll an investigation as well. And you can also do so at advantage. Hey!
17.
Hey, you didn't even need it. It looks like a fire hasn't been lit in here for some time. Just going in that vein, the fireplace has been cold. There's still ashes as if it was used at some point in time, just not very recently. And there's nothing in here that is like obvious signs of a struggle, like broken pottery and overturned table. Everything seems to be in order.
Okay.
Like as much as a lived-in cabin would have order to it, it's not all prim and neat, but nothing is dashed or bloody or something.
Is it just a one-level cabin?
Yes.
Is it just like a single room?
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of trees for him to go behind to go behind for the bathroom. So there's probably like a little stone hearth, not enough really for a chimney. Like there's a big fireplace to provide heat, and then there's maybe a little cooking area next to it. It does seem to be kind of a primitive one-room cabin.
Can at least
Oh.
get dry.
Yeah, we can dry off.
And there's one large bed and two smaller, not really beds, but like sleeping areas that are in here. Although it is all one room.
So I'm really sad, because picking up Peggy Sue's horn, it makes me sad. So I want to get started right away on casting Find Familiar again, and I want to build that. And I'll use my brand new incense that I barely carried around at all, and I'm going to put Peggy Sue's horn in there again. And we didn't really do very much together as with her in this form, but I'm going to put a sheet of the parchment in that she delivered to the flower fields, and see if I can get her back as a unicorn. And if not, then I'll just take the raven form that I was going for when I got it the first time.
Alrighty.
That'll take an hour and 10 minutes.
So that'll be plenty of time for if you all want to start a fire, or if you want to continue going back out in the rain and investigating.
Please don't start a fire in the fireplace while I'm using it to cast my spell. But afterwards you can start a fire in the fireplace if you'd like.
Should the rest of us go searching for Raphael while you do this? Or would you rather have somebody here?
No, I'm okay. I don't know if Celine is staying here or not, but I don't really need anyone here, especially in case I explode, because there's always that chance.
We don't want that.
Okay.
The rest of us, I suppose I'll go searching for more clues to see if we can find Raphael.
All right. Then before you go out, this may influence what you decide to do during your search. I will pause here. I will talk to Lethality on the side to let him know what Celine knows, and then when we resume, we'll have you all can have this conversation, and we can have Peggy Sue come back, and if there's a wild magic surge or anything, like we'll resolve it then, but I won't worry about that right now, because I want to give Lethality this opportunity to present the information in a way that he will, and not Celine bot.
Fair enough.
So, Dark Wolf, I know you've been a little under the weather and you made the pun about that, so thank you, because I enjoy good/bad puns. Thank you for sticking around through it. I hope it wasn't too taxing on you and you end up getting some good sleep. And for all of you, hey, for having Tuesday on a Sunday, I had a lot of fun, and I hope you did too.
It was a good game.
Yeah, it was fun, even though
Thanks for the session.
I'm not 100%.
Sorry, Obu, that you don't feel better.
Well, hey, Tuesday will be up soon, and in a couple days we can meet back up, and you won't be on a cliff's edge for too much longer.
Yeah, but now I need a new wig.
Oh,
So are we playing again on Tuesday then?
I would like to, yes.
Fine with me.
Yeah. Presuming that we're not down, folks, for whatever reason, we can get back to our Tuesdays.
Sounds good to me.
So, cool. All right. Well then, hey, for all of you who stayed and watched, thank you very much. I hope you all enjoyed it out there in the audience. So Black Wolf, for what you're bringing up about the clarification, I appreciate that. Sometimes I might not describe something as I think that I do, or I might even just I have an idea that is bleh. I present it poorly, or it creates some sort of like a loophole or something. And if you need clarification, you can ask me out there as well, not just as the players. So, all right. Well, let's. As far as I'll linger and chat here with you all on our Discord if you'd like. But let's go find someone to raid through Twitch, and then we can have a little fun if you all want to still continue to talk.
Also, Court ended up coming to the realization that many end up doing, that Derek is indeed bald, and that is not his actual hair.
Dun dun dun.
He doesn't, in fact, have this Rob Zombie look going all day.
This is my actual hair.